Rodgers yesterday addressed how things are going as he enters what could be his final season in Green Bay. Let's have a listen.
There is a lot of unknowns. I've talked about it various times throughout camp, people's contracts and situations down the line. So the right perspective is needed, I think, for all of us. I think we don't feel pressure. I'm speaking personally. I can't speak for everybody, but the feel that I get with the energy in the locker room is not pressure. It's focus. I really do. I think it's the right perspective and the right type of focus. We know we have a talented team. We know what the expectations are. We're just focusing on accountability and holding each other accountable because regardless of what happens with any of our situations, this group will not be together the way it is now in years down the line. So we're going to enjoy this year for all it has to offer and each other. And I think that's the right perspective to have in this situation.
First remark I want to make, and this is an important observation. Every time I see Aaron Rodgers now and I see that hair unkempt at the back of his head, the return of the mullet, I may or may not have had that same effect back in the day. I can hear my mother saying, "Will you please get your hair cut?" Every time I see him now, my mother's voice ricocheting inside my brain, "Will you please get your hair cut?" Now, far more importantly than that, look, when he said that this group of guys we have together isn't going to be together years down the line, it's not going to be together next year. That's the thing about the NFL now. Every year is a self-contained unit of players that will be changed dramatically. I don't know, is he finally coming to this realization after 18 years in the league? That is kind of strange, but he's very reflective. He's very aware. It reminds me of what he said about last year. He entered 2020 viewing it as his last year with the Packers, and I think that same mindset is going to drive him this year. He's viewing it, even if he's back next year, he's viewing it as maybe my last year, definitely the last year this group of guys is together. Let's go do something special.
Yeah, that's right. You don't know. You never know in the NFL. I do think, though, this last 2 years is the first time he's probably like a little bit like, well, I don't know about me here on this football team, which is strange to him and probably why he's bringing it up a little bit more. Because, in years past, he's like, I'm going to be here, so we're going to be good. And we'll see what the future holds, but I'm going to be here. Now he doesn't know he's going to be there, so he doesn't know. There is unknown, for sure. I expect it to be Rodgers last year. I do. But within reason, I would say. I think he's still smart enough and aware enough that, if they have a good year and he, again, is in the MVP conversation, and let's say they get to the Super Bowl or NFC Championship game or win the Super Bowl, I don't think he's going to be so stubborn that he's going to be like, screw the Packers and Gutekunst and Mark Murphy and I'm out of here. Because I think he'll reassess and go, yeah, screw them still, but I still like the rest of the guys. And I can still make this work. And I'll just deal with, having to deal with those two at other times and whatever and try to ignore it to a degree. So I don't, I want to say it's his last year, but I think within reason is how I would kind of wrap it all together.
Somebody asked me that recently, what does it take for Aaron Rodgers to come back? And I think Super Bowl appearance minimum. Victory helps. If they win the Super Bowl, how does he walk away? How does he do that? Right. Unless he's retiring. I don't think he can sell. Because remember, despite all the concerns he has about the front office, I love my teammates, I love my coaches, I love the fans. You can't do that to teammates, coaches, and fans if you win the Super Bowl. I mean, you can, but I think he'll believe he can't. Remember, he's very sensitive about being regarded as the villain. That's the ultimate villain move. Win the Super Bowl and still have gas in the tank and go play for somebody else. Unless he's retiring, I think he stays. But if they do 13-3 or 14-3 or 13-4, now that there's 17 games, and lose at or before the NFC Championship, I feel like that's it. I really do.
I'm with you. So you're saying basically I'm with you, and the line of demarcation is NFC Championship, right?
Next level or out.
Yes,
Next level or out.
Exactly right. I that's where kind of how I look at it too. Even if I think he gets to the NFC Championship game and played great, and of course he knows, let's say Devontae Adams is going to be back, and some other circumstances are to his liking, and they lost the NFC Championship game. I don't think he's just going to give that up and go, let me go try with another team and see where it goes. That's where I guess I can envision it. So I think we're on the same page there. But it's going to be interesting to watch, and it's there for they're certainly in the running for the second best team in the NFC. There's no question about that. It's just we got the 49ers, who we think will be healthy this year, and Stafford and the Rams, who could be a player. So we'll just see where the season goes for the Packers.
Brady's going to be a factor in this as well, too, Chris, because I could see Rodgers looking at Brady's situation and saying, you know what, to the extent that I am going to have this second act somewhere else, the sooner I get started, the sooner we're hitting on all cylinders, and I'm comfortable, and people are comfortable around me, and it's growing. And if we see a dramatic improvement in the early regular season performance of the Bucs, and they carry it through, and they're among the teams left standing at the end, I think that's an even greater message to Rodgers that if you're going to do this, you better do it now, so you can get 4 or 5 years with another team and maybe match or beat the number of championships that you won during your time in Green Bay, which currently is 1 and holding.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.